Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Izzyverse Weekly Pull List. My name is Izzy. If this is the first time you're watching, thank you for watching the stream, and we are going to have a great time. We're going to be doing the great stuff. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Now, today you might notice that I'm by myself right now, but I really am not by myself. I do have someone, a guest host with me today that's going to be hanging out with me. Will Josh show up? Will he not show up? I actually don't know right now. He hasn't showed up right now, but with me. And many of you might know him as one of the co-hosts of a great show that goes on Saturday called Only Slabs. So let's welcome Rob Fatstacks. And he got the mute. You're mute right now, but there you go.
It's Chris the Comic Vet. How you doing?
What's going on, guy? What's going on, Rob? How you been?
Tired, man. I don't know what it is. Last night I couldn't fall asleep.
That was the same thing for me, man. Last night.
I fell. I turned on. I fell asleep watching Saturday's wrestling, and so I got up at. I'm just going to go to bed. And then I couldn't fall asleep until I came back out to the recliner and put wrestling back on. Then I fell right back asleep.
So that's what the wrestling does to you, makes you sleep. Right?
So I've watched it twice now, and I still haven't seen how the final match ended.
To be honest with you, I don't really watch. It's hard for me to watch the Saturday Night Wrestling, and it's not because it's not good. I think it's
something
good
about it. There's just something about it, isn't it?
It just feels like not the right day of the week.
Well, there's that, but there's just something off about the show.
Yeah, well, it's missing CM Punk for that much. That's the first thing.
Anyways,
but you know what I mean.
We didn't come here to talk about wrestling. Sorry,
exactly.
Folks.
So
before anybody
runs away,
let's go ahead
and say hi to the guys from the chat, starting with Las Cruces, man. He's always the first, man. 1:19 p.m. Right, and then of course returns at 4:43 p.m. And just to make sure you get one more in there, 6:11.
So, I have a theory about Las Cruces. He's actually operating from a bunker at NORAD, and he's supposed to be watching over North America's airspace, but he's actually using all that computing power in order to monitor all the live streams on YouTube simultaneously, leaving chats behind for everyone.
Has this whole thing, all these screens, just waiting for the moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right. So we got Trev, the shipping guru. What's cracking? What's going on, man? Our good pal, Collected with Dirts, man. He hit his 2K mark. So very happy for Dirts. Congratulations. Well deserved. The guy works hard. Every morning he gives the positive vibes. So he does work hard. So I got to give him credit.
Most positive person I know. And let's be honest, working that shorts game to get that stuff, that's not
easy.
Sometimes I hear people sit there and give, well, you're just doing shorts. Yeah, but then you listen to them talk about, I'm posting 4 and 5 shorts a day and stuff, and you forget that. I don't have that kind of time and effort to put into that. I'm sticking to my 2 or 3 videos a week and then popping up on other people's stuff, man. Forget that. So power to you, man. It's more work than people let on.
It really is. It's like, for me, it's like, and again, when you're kind of like a perfectionist, sometimes you have this tendency, you want things to look a certain way. So that takes up your time as well, right?
Right.
But then you got these other guys who just throw it, and it's still quality stuff, man. That's the part that irritates me. Is like, these guys are doing it all the time. They got full-time jobs. For me, man, I can't always do it, man. I would love to, but I can't. So Dirt's, more power to you. We got Nate, who's also in the house. That's the man that was handing out the flyers. So Nate's he's a good friend of ours. He's my flyer. He's one of my flyer guys. So whenever we do a convention or stuff like that, we have the
people
little
say I'm fancy. I ain't got a flyer guy.
I got a flyer guy. I got a few flyer guys actually, because we go back in New York. You got to have a flyer guy, man. If you don't have a flyer guy in New York,
you're a realtor.
No, just hand out flyers, man. It's a thing. It really is. So, we got that going on. Let's see who else is in the house. Oh, well, here we go. We got Comic Journey. Enough with the promo. You got to get people hyped.
Hey, CJ, you know what? Hi, how are you?
Yep, there goes CJ.
Happy birthday.
CJ, happy birthday, CJ. Happy birthday. I caught on to Jesus to CJ a few times. We were
Oh,
walking
see, I
around
thought
the
you were about
show.
to say Jesus.
I know I
Oh,
did. He
I
almost
said,
popped out.
please, he's already got a high opinion of himself.
I know, right? He does have a high opinion of himself, you know. So we did see each other a few times over the weekend. He was working, so
Yeah,
he was definitely working. We caught a few times, as you saw in
I
one
saw
of
some
those videos.
pictures.
Yeah, he definitely showed up. Oh, we got a good friend 23 is in the house as well. What's going on? Let's see. Who else is new? Do we have any new people in the house here that
Oh yeah,
thought
you guys
pop in? Oh, look at this. He's giving you credit. He's way better than Smiley.
I appreciate that.
Samuel, what's up? Josh is gone today. Yeah, Josh is actually missing right now. I don't know where Josh is at the moment. So he might pop up, but he might be watching the stream and sees that Rob is here and he's like, okay, I'm okay. You know, so he's okay doing his thing. So who knows? Hashtag find Josh, right? And CJ does not like shorts. He's not a shorts guy.
Well, and neither am I personally for me doing them, right?
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, I want to recognize the fact that I know I've heard people discount shorts. Is all I'm saying, and it shouldn't be discounted. It's a different game.
It really is.
But it's a grind to get where you're at. So the achievement shouldn't be considered any less. Is all I'm saying.
The issue I have with shorts is that, and it's not the production of it. It's more in lines of how traction moves with shorts. You know what I mean? Like,
it's easy. All you have to do is have a scantily clad woman on your thumbnail, and you're good.
But so you're trying to say that Durs has a scantily clad?
No, I'm saying if he really did, he'd be a 10,000, maybe a million subscriber count already.
Oh my goodness. Suggested reels, man. I honestly hate those. I'm like, why am I getting all of this?
Suggestive reels, suggestive feed, videos, everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got
I love it. Even I've seen what Jerry the Jitterbug starting to incorporate a little bit.
Flo Dameron's in the house. What's up, Flo? Let's see. And we got DVH just made it. Who to DVH? Oh, we got the new guy here. Calibus 76.
Nice.
Oh. So talking about Spawn books. Did you hear about the Spawn sampler that came out over the weekend, Rob?
So I don't know if you know this, but I've been busy this weekend.
We're gonna talk all about that. But Calibus is.
I saw something about there was some book that I heard a couple Spawn books that were out. I heard something about a Mexican foil 250,
yes, the 250,
and I heard something about some other thing where it was like a big signature block, and that what's his name from Big Time Collectibles said I can't get one, so I'll just buy the original art.
We'll talk about BTC and Nelson because there is a story behind that. A good story. It has a good ending. So welcome, Cal. Oh boy, here we go. Look at Taylor Winder. Too long for shorts.
It's warm. I need to wear shorts. It's like it's almost 80 degrees here.
Exactly. And we got Joseph. We got the Adventurous Joe. What's up? Let's see here. Did we get C Bizzle is in the house. What's going on, C Bizzle? All right. Who else is here? And Durs says, I tagged Izzy early. Oh, that's So Durs was talking to me. Let's go ahead and take a moment and talk a little bit about this book. So I
just want to acknowledge the fact. Hold on, before you do, I want to acknowledge the fact that way back up earlier, Lis Crucius let us in on it. He said hello from NORAD. See, he even admitted it. There's all.
Yes, he did admit it.
Yeah.
So and he's it is what it is, man. Look, Lis Crucius is just one of those guys, man. He's just always there. He's sitting there. He has everything going on. And
he's got to have the greatest. I bet you that he single-handedly consumes most of the power at Hoover Dam, running his multiple rigs. And I love it.
I know, right? Anyway, let's get talking about trending books. So we are going to talk about that Spawn book, but before we even talk about that Spawn book, I wanted to get to the reason why you are at this stream today. So,
I had nothing else to do.
I know, right? No, today's a busy week for you, Rob, right? Let's go ahead and take a moment to it. Let me throw up the screen here. We're doing Comics Curing Cancer. It says October 20th, but I like to think that we have already started. We have already begun the process of Comics Curing Cancer. I'm going to call this Comics Curing Cancer Week. So talk to me a little bit about what is Comics Curing Cancer for those people who don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, thank you, Izzy, first of all, for allowing us to talk about this. So, Comics Curing Cancer is a virtual event benefiting the American Cancer Society. It's an official American Cancer Society event. It was something that started 3 years ago by Cardboard Crazies, if anybody knows him. He was just doing it on his own. He'd had some people in his family affected by cancer, wanted to do a marathon, a 24-hour marathon to raise money, set himself a goal of raising $2,000. And had some folks come on. He did 24 hours live session, ended up raising about $8,000 for the American Cancer Society. And when he made that donation, the ACS took notice and said, "Wow, that's really kind of cool. Let's adopt this thing. Let's make this thing." And it was also so anyway, so they adopted it as an official campaign. The next year, last year, for year 2, Cardboard Crazies was his wife was expecting. He wasn't going to be available to do this stuff. So through some weird connections, I kind of ended up becoming the spear point, taking over the thing, and roped in some of my friends. Mark and DJ especially stepped up and became co-coordinators. And last year we set out to raise $10,000 because I thought, wow, 8,000 was impressive. If we can hit 10, we'll be happy. And we ended up raising $22,000.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we did so we made a big change. Was I didn't want to do a 24-hour stream. I'm too old for that. I've done that in my younger days. And I wanted to really thought to myself, rather than having just one person station, that what we could really do, I thought would allow us to make a bigger impact, was to utilize the fact that, well, I know you and I know DJ and I know Mark, and a lot of us know each other or of each other. And we may even have 80% of our subscriber base may be the same. We each have unique core audiences. That your core audience group may be different to my core audience group, that's different than Mark's, etc. And so by having an event that crosses multiple channels allows us to utilize these overlapping spheres of influence to actually reach more people. And that's what happened. So we ended up raising that $22,000, which just blew our mind. So now, of course, here we are, year 3. And we're kicking off on our goal. Again, we're setting a goal a little bit higher to hit $25,000. And we haven't even started the 3-day event yet. And we're sitting at 9.8K right now. So we're already, more than a third of the way there, which is phenomenal. Bye, Izzy. So anyways, we're doing going to be doing this year here, kicking off on the official kickoff is Friday at 7:30 a.m. on Legion of Comics channel during his community hangout. People will be hanging out there, and we've got he'll have a lot of different items that'll be available for sale during the time, or just encourage people to make a donation during the Friday and Saturday events, all the different shows. Anything that you contribute through the ACS portal that we will have pinned up, that gets tracked, and anybody who cumulatively donates $50 or more, their name's going to go on to a donor wheel. And Saturday night over on my channel, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have what's called the Big Spin. We will literally have a wheel full of all the names of everybody who's made their contributions, and we'll have another wheel that's filled with all the different prizes that we have, or thank you gifts, which right now I think is sitting at close to 80 items. Everything from slabbed comics to mystery boxes to free comic book pressings to trying to think what else is in there. I got a bunch of these Marvel collectors packs from from the 90s that are still sealed with like 3 and 4 books or 4 or 5 books inside of them and stuff. Where you get like 3 of those. So all kinds of cool stuff. We'll spin a name and spin a prize, and that's what you get, and that'll go on out to you as a thank you for making a donation. And then Sunday rather, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, is the big auction. We're going to kick it off at 11 a.m. with a bunch of items that'll start off with bidding starting at $1. We'll have a bunch of dollar items to kick us off to start with, and then from there we'll ramp on up into some of the other items. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll kick off the art segment where we're going to get all the art items together and do some art bidding. Then after the art items are gone, we'll kick back into the rest of the books and stuff. We have tons and tons of slabs. I probably have like 4 boxes of slabs right now that have been donated. Those are all, we're going to be previewing a lot of those during Wednesday's show with the Comic Vet. Welcome back.
What timing for my internet to go completely down? I'm talking to you and I'm like, wait a minute, why is it nothing's happening on my end? And I'm like,
okay.
I'm
still just talking about the format. I'm just talking about the format of the event and everything that's going on. So there'll be lots of different activities. The big things for Friday, it's going to be, like I said, Mark's channel. Then the Izzy's will come on. He's going to be hosting ourselves a sketchy show, community artists, which there's still some slots. So if you like to do some drawing and you'd like to participate, reach out to Izzy. And essentially, it's an opportunity for you guys to sit down and do some drawing. And then at the end, we auction off those drawings to raise money for Comics Curing Cancer. And then, of course, in the mix that night will be big. DJ has a lot of different items and stuff that'll be going on. Saturday morning, we kick it off with or actually, I forget. I almost missed it. I'm sorry. After in the mix, we have CJ is running the Insomniac Theater. He's pulling the whole overnighter. The man is incredible. So if you're up late that night, by all means, tune in to CJ or potentially hit him up if you want to join in if he's got space. But he's going to have more artists on too, and he's going to be doing drawing again and auction off art, including I think they're going to do a horror theme or a little bit along Halloween theme type thing. Creatures of the Night. That's the theme. I think it is. Creatures of the Night. Since it's Insomniac and Halloween type stuff all together. But so they'll be doing that. Into Whack Comics, they're going to do a Cancer is Whack special. Brian LCS is going to be doing special Breakfast with Brian segment that's a little bit longer than usual. Then we got John's Comics with Kids is doing several hours for us. Only Slabs will be doing a special. I can tell you that during Only Slabs, we have Gene from Shortboxed coming on. He's got an incredible collection. Shortboxed has an item that they're bringing that we're going to auction off during one of the breaks, and they're going to match the bids on that. But also, I will have for us during Only Slabs. During Only Slabs, you got to have some slabs, right?
So absolutely.
So we're going to have actually a bin of slabs, and we're just going to do. It's going to be a mystery slab pull. We're going to have $50 donation. You get your name on a wheel. We're going to spin and just randomly a number for each person, and randomly grab a slab out of the box while they're there. And we've got slabs. There's going to be slabs in there, including Stan Lee signed books.
Wow.
There's books that could be worth 6 to 7 times what the value of the $50 pool, and there'll be some that are right around $50. But it's all for Comics Curing Cancer. So we'll have about 20 slots available to do that, and then like I said, after me is going to be Andy, Comic Man Andy is going to be doing. Oh no. After me is Scotty Vaughn, I think, actually, as I'm remembering. He's going to be doing an interview with Jason Douglas, who's a who is a writer, Ringo nominated writer. Has a new book that's just been released, Jane America. He's going to be interviewing him about that. But Jason Douglas also is a cancer survivor who's had to go through the bout, fight multiple times actually. So they'll be talking about that. And then will be Comic Man Andy with his Laugh for Life, where they're going to be doing a bunch of, I think, a dad joke competition. Of sorts, stuff going on. So
That's great.
And then, of course, the big spin, and then the auction. So that'll be great.
That's
and
great.
I would say that when it comes to the auction, there's something unique. If people weren't part of it last year, there's something unique that we do with our auction that I think makes it really, really enjoyable. And that we found a way to eliminate sniping and on a YouTube auction. I know it seems crazy, but essentially what we do, the way it functions is every item that goes up has a timer, and we will, take the bids coming in through that. When the timer goes off, we stop accepting new bids, but that doesn't end the bidding. Just nobody else is allowed to join. So then essentially, then it's sudden death until everybody's tapped out and only one man left standing on the item. So there's no incentive to sit around and try to chime in and beat the buzzer to snipe somebody, because you can't do it. It's literally, we're going to make sure we get every penny we can.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And guys, my apologies for what happened. My internet literally went down. So I'm there like, I see the, how you in the windows, you see the little globe that pops in. That happens, and then I get the Google dinosaur who wants me to play a game with him, and so I was like, let me run into the phone quickly to see it. It's one of those things. Anyway, guys, what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna today's show, since we are talking about comics curing cancer, there are a lot of things that we need to talk about, especially since just came out of this show. But being that we are here, we are gonna do a giveaway.
There was a convention this last weekend.
There was some little small mom and pop type convention.
I was gonna say, I didn't hear anything about it at all.
Yeah, it's it's a little thing. Someone took a poop in the showroom floor. That made news.
It was a viral marketing for Do You Poo?
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna even go and talk a little bit about that one, because there were actually 3 Do You Poo exclusives. There was the Spider one, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, and a Punisher. But someone decided to poo as well, and that someone was a dog.
Oh, it was a dog.
It was an actual dog. Was it a service dog only? Those are the only ones.
Somebody who brought their little purse dog that said, "Oh, it's just a little dog, and therefore it's okay."
Exactly. So let's go ahead and use the hashtag for today's giveaway. We're going to use the hashtag C3. That's going to be today's hashtag, so you guys can get started in advance. What we're going to give away for this show is,
I have agreed with Durs here. Why all the hate on the poo covers? Don't hate on all of them.
I don't hate on them.
Because I'm going to tell you this. You're going to want, there's a set available for Comics Curing Cancer.
Really?
Donated by Comic Man Andy. The Ahsoka, the first appearance of Ahsoka variant. We have all 3 variant covers of it. So the trade dress, the Virgin, and then the crystal one. And 2 of the 3 of them are 9.9 CGCs. And then one of them is a 9.8. So they're going to be sold as a set.
Nice.
So
for this one, we're going to do, this is the exclusive I picked up that I wanted to give to everybody, and that is the 8 Billion Genies Wish World. This was a great book, good run. It's signed by the creative team, and there's the little signatures right there. So I told them, I said, hey, this is going to be my giveaway book this weekend. But what we are going to do here, this is another fun thing that I'm going to share. I shared this with you earlier. For the Sketchy Show, I'm going to let you guys know in advance. So I gave DJ Links everything for Comics Curing Cancer, all the comic books I have. So he has that. However, on Sunday, Ben Harvey, for those of you who don't know who Ben Harvey, he is a cover artist. He's been working on X-Men right now. He's actually been doing covers for for Marvel for X-Men. He gave me this book that he was selling at the show for $200, and it is a beautiful piece that he's done. It's his cover, but it also has a remark, and this is going to be one of the auction pieces during the Sketchy show. So let me go ahead and take a moment and zoom that baby in there so you guys can see it. And look at that Jubilee. Now that's what you call a remark. So this is going to be part of it. But if you go ahead and you leave anything on the super chats and the super stickers, I'll honor it for this book. And this is going to be all the proceeds are going to go to Comics Curing Cancer, because that's what we're going to do here with moving forward. For everything there. So if you got, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl right there. That's Jubilee right there. Look at that Jubilee. It's gorgeous.
Jubilation Lee.
Jubilation Lee. Yep, exactly. Another book I picked up, and this is not a what did I pick up? That's going to be a video that I'm going to toss in tomorrow. But since we are talking about Comics Curing Cancer, there was a book that was at the show that I did pick up, and I made a decision to pick it up there. And I could have ordered it, but I wanted to meet the artist and thank them. And Rob, the one and only.
Look at that sexiness right there. Unnatural Order #1, the Comics Curing Cancer exclusive variant.
Exactly.
That is some pure sex appeal. $20, and
look at that signature right there by our good friend Matt Wilson. So we got the card there, the postcard. So next year, Rob, we gotta get postcards for the convention. So for next year. So whenever we go to conventions, we can hand out these postcards to people. Well, this is actually the COA, but we could definitely do something like that so we can hand out convention. Remember, I told you I know a flyer guy. So we gotta definitely do that.
Next year's discussions, there are things in the hopper for next year already, but we've tabled them until this year's done.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do some stuff like that. But
that's awesome. I've only seen the proof of the COA and stuff. I haven't seen it yet myself. Yeah. I paid for them, but I mean, I don't, because I was like, oh yeah, I'd kind of like to have something.
There it is,
which is great. Yeah, look at that.
There it is, limited to 250 comic
copies. Yep.
Yeah.
And now, as I understand it too, I got a message earlier. So all the copies that were set aside for pre-order have been sold, is my understanding. So all that we're waiting on to find out is if there's any left over from the convention, because they were selling them at the convention.
Yeah.
If there's some left over from the convention, then we'll put them up to the site. Otherwise, it'll be done.
Yeah. Now, some people may ask the question, why are we not giving away this book? Well, the reason why we're not giving this book is because this book needs to be purchased, because the proceeds are going to Comics Curing Cancer. That's the reason. Now, this signed version, we could talk about how you could have a signed copy, but
if you have a copy of the book, yeah,
exactly. You get to Matt Wilson. If you ever get a chance to see Matt Wilson, any convention he goes, any show he goes, he will sign the book absolutely free of charge,
whether you're having it witnessed or not.
Yeah, witness or not. You don't need a witness for this one. You don't need to pay extra for it.
I'm saying if you want to have it witnessed and have it as a a yellow label. He said he doesn't care. He's not going to charge for signing that one. And then also our friend Justin Birch has said that he worked on the lettering on that book.
Yes, he did.
He's part of the team, and he too would letter his name on the book because as a letterer, it's what he's obligated to do.
Yeah. So absolutely. So there you have it, guys. We got 16 entries for the giveaway right now, but it's time to talk about some trending, man. We definitely got to do that, since this show, hopefully I won't get
Unnatural Order. How's that trending?
Okay. Now that you mention it, I do have to say this. So on Thursday there was a breakfast for retailers, and I did attend the breakfast, and they did gave some ash cans and things like that. But Vault did come in. Vault, which is the company that did Unnatural Orders, and they want to push this book. They want to push this book hard. So the book that you currently are seeing is a variant edition. So they will have one on release, but but this is a limited rare variant edition. They don't
This is
really do as many.
This is, as we've been led to believe,
Mhm.
the only exclusive variant.
Yeah. So, with Valve pushing this book as much as they want to push it, you might want to pick this one up for spec value.
They're literally, I mean, I've said it many times. I'll say it again. Look, they're making the A cover available to retailers at no cost. It's because they're pushing to have this be the biggest independent release ever. And then only all the variants though have a cost. And of course ours is, the cost is going to Comics Curing Cancer stuff. And it's it's going to be the rarest of all the covers, obviously, because it's only 250 of them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's go to what's trending. It's it's one of those days, right? It's just one of those days because it's a little different. But let's see thoughts, right? So, Rob, the way we normally do this is we go over key collector, but for today, we're only going to go to cover price.
Phenomenal.
Right? We're going to go to cover price. We're going to talk about some of the books that are trending, but in cover price, there are actually some of the books from New York Comic Con that are in this list that I really want to talk to. I think cover price and CBCSI, they haven't really captured all the books that became hot because it happened during the weekend. But some of the other books that are trending are also on this list, like this one here. Batman 609. This features the first appearance of Hush.
Yes.
So what do you know about this book?
I have it signed by Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and who's the third part of that?
Some guy named Jeff Loeb.
No, not Jeff Loeb. Who's the other part of the artist trilogy? Yeah.
Scott Williams. Scott Williams, an inker.
It's Scott Williams, Jim Lee, and I forget. I'm trying to remember who the third person is. It's all three of them always work together. It's like Jim Lee's Trinity.
Colors.
Yeah.
Not Paul Mound. I know that much.
No.
I don't recall who's the. It has to be the colors.
Well, anyways, I have a copy and it's triple signed in a 9.8. That's what I know. Great story. It's I think it's like the second Jim Lee Batman book, right?
This is the second. Yes, 608, which is the infamous. There's two covers. Cover A is the one that has foot in the air. Sinclair, yes, Alex Sinclair. That's the name.
Thank you.
Yes, he also goes by Sink, but with a C rather than a K. So so this is the second book in the Jim Lee Batman DC universe, right? I do recall having it, and yes, I do. I have the entire series of this. Like you, I do have it signed as well by Jim Lee. This cover just goes under the radar sometimes. This is not one of those books that you hear about, but this is the first appearance of a character named Hush.
Yeah, this was when I remember when I was picking one of these Batman books to send off for signature. This was the one I wanted because I love this cover actually with Ivy and Catwoman.
I actually like the way his cape flows because it kind of just goes straight down and then it kind of like just goes out, which makes
a little more natural and realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like gravity exists in Gotham for once,
except for the bottom. Then he gets into that whole Spawn thing of it all. You know what I mean?
It's a sentient cape.
It really is. Another book that's on this list, which is extremely popular, and this is a spoiler cover for Transformers.
I didn't even hear it came out.
Oh, it came out all right. They're no longer in disguise. I'll tell you that much. The Transformers 1 in 100 foil. Now this, when it dropped, everybody went crazy for it because it features Starscream in the cover. But if you don't, you got to look a little closer. Starscream's not the only one in this cover. So, do you know the spoiler?
I can't see the image is too small, so I can't really see.
Let's see if I could zoom in on the image so we could see it because it's definitely a spoiler image.
I mean, if it's what I'm thinking it would be from, because I read the book, then it's
if you read the book, then I'm sure you know who it is.
Load in the face, essentially.
Oh yeah. There it is. Oh, poor dude. We lost Bumblebee.
Yeah.
So this was what was interesting about this was that for those of you who don't know and you haven't read the book, my apologies for the spoiler. Bumblebee if you ever watched a Transformers movie, in the first 10 minutes of this cartoon movie, they killed practically 80% of all the Autobots. But Bumblebee was not present in this destruction. He somehow survived this. He wasn't part of the spaceship. He was somewhere else. He was with Spike. Daniel Warren
He was
Johnson.
too busy being an Uber.
Yeah, probably, right? Daniel Warren Johnson said, screw it. We're going to kill Bumblebee. And he did it. And I can't believe he got approved.
Hey, they can rebuild him.
He may still function.
Yeah. That's
Right,
the great thing about robots, right? Is you can rebuild them.
Mm-hmm. So there's that book. Our next book here is another one. So we talked about Hush, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Batman and Robin issue number 2 came out last week. This is the 1 in 25. And this features the character known as, and let's see if this loads up properly. Shush. Really? Did we really need to go there, Rob?
Why not? And you know what? It makes me sad I didn't pick up this incentive variant. I just picked up the regular A cover.
Yeah, incentive. This one is I believe it's tracking now. So the price of this book
I won't buy
right
it
now is tracking at $50. It's still relatively low.
No, not a 1 in 25.
Yeah.
No, that's too high.
Still too high. Wouldn't you call this a derivative character?
Sure, but we could say that about a lot of villains that exist. Yeah. So,
but you went from Hush to Shush.
Yeah, but maybe she's just really into wrestling. She's a big fan of the Alpha Academy.
I like Flash's answer, Brush.
Mush
or Trev's with Mush.
Yeah, sure.
Or we could have Taylor Winder's Plush.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we have where rumor has it the C3 is going to have one. We're going to have My Pet Roscoe. That would be your plush.
Oh, there you go. So how about this? We just make a whole team of Hush characters, and their leader will be Hush.
And the one who's always dies at the end as a trope will be Flush.
Perfect. I love it already. Absolutely perfect. I approved. Absolutely approved. All right, now this is one of the hot books of the convention. So we got the foil goodness. This book was a sleeper in the convention. So Transformers #1. So there's a group called Big Clutch. Big Clutch. He's not a whatnotter. He's an eBayer. Okay. And now eBay has recently started to get into the eBay Live thing.
Yeah.
So eBay made it an effort. They had a huge booth, huge in the convention. It was in one of the entrances, and it took up a very large amount of space. It was actually bigger than Marvel's booth, which is impressive to say the least. And they were dropping books each day through eBay Live, like just these sales that just popped up, pop-up sales, in other words.
Right.
And so what ended up happening is if you got the notification and you went online and you were able to purchase this book it was going for $25. There was limited to about 25 copies in each session. You pick it up, you make the purchase, and then you were able to go to the booth to actually pick up the book. So you didn't have to get charged for shipping or anything like that. You just have to show up. So this book, of course, it sold out like hotcakes. I was able to obtain a copy at 10:30 at night with about 5% battery life on my phone as I was coming home from the con. I was very fortunate enough. Unfortunately, that one's going to be shipped to me. But you know what? At the end of the day, I got me some.
Wonder how many pounds of foil there was used for New York City Comic Con this year?
A lot, because everyone was selling a foil.
I know,
Everyone.
there was so many foil. It was like the 90s are back.
Yep.
And they want
90s
your
are back.
girlfriend.
And so there was a common theme among all the books. So you could get a trade for 15 to 20. You could get a foil for 30. No, you could get a virgin for about 30, and a foil was usually about 40.
Yeah, here's my thing. I'm going to tell people this right now. Mark my word. Mark the tape. I'm not a spec guy normally, but I'm going to tell you this. If you have foil now, sell it soon, because people are going to get real. There's so much of it right now. It's going to burn out like a flash in the pan, and people are going to get sick and tired of paying all this for these foil copies of the books that they can get the exact same ones, especially like these facsimiles where they're coming out every week where it's like, oh, here's a normal cover, here's a blank cover for $1 more, and here's a foil cover for $2 more. I mean, all this stuff is just going to go. If you can use it in elements, I think some of the only ones I think that are going to continue to be good are the ones that use foil sparingly and as accents. Like there's
like a spot foil.
Like the Thor, the Immortal Thor #1 foil where the lightning was foil, or the upcoming, I think there's a upcoming Superior Spider-Man where some of the shattered web is going to be foil. Some of those I think will be a little bit more interesting, but foil for life, absolutely. Comics and culture. I have said, by the way, that I'm on record for years now, the 90s should be called the foil age. That way we keep just what we have the copper age, we have the bronze age, we have all these things. Keep our metal, because we need another metal, and we need another. The modern age is too big. Give us our 90s, and let's call it the foil age.
But even the 90s, there wasn't as many foil books like that. So
foil,
I remember the Avenger books, but
it wasn't like all foil covers. No, they were usually spot foils, elements of it. Or foil combined with embossed. Those were big. Yeah. I mean, really, the 90s should be the extreme, should be like the extreme age or something. But whatever. Anyways,
I will say I did see this one in person. It is a beautiful copy. But then again, it is, the picture in itself was great. I personally
already have the A cover. It's got the same book for $4.99. So
so that's that book that came on the list. Then we have, we gotta acknowledge it.
Wow.
Lobo #1 is in the list. Now, a lot of people, this actually came into the list for two reasons. One is because of the Jason Momoa, rumors that are starting to look more and more like a reality. Nothing's official, but they did make the claim that he will no longer be playing Aquaman in the upcoming, after this movie. So after Aquaman 2, it's over. No more Jason Momoa as Aquaman. However, that doesn't mean that Jason Momoa won't return to DC. And everyone is asking for Lobo. And so this book started to gain momentum, but then it started gaining momentum for sad reasons as well. I don't know if you've heard of the passing of Keith Giffen.
Yes.
So Keith Giffen, who is the co-creator of Lobo, amongst a lot of other characters that we know and love, he passed away this weekend. And as it always happens, people do want to pick up items from that creator because it's to pay homage, two, because it's it's kind of like a way of showing respect. But that's the reason why this book has gained some kind of momentum, because of the Jason Momoa, but then on top of it, because what happened to Keith Giffen and his passing.
So this book is, what's this book trending at on a?
So right now it just went up by 3%. But raw copies.
Here's the crazy. Look at that. $120 for a 9.8 on this. This is not the first appearance.
No, it's the first solo. And it's a fantastic Simon Bisley custom cover.
Well, no, I get it. I'm saying, but I just picked up a 9.6 first appearance for 140.
Yeah. I love this book. This is one of those books, man. This is like a quintessential Lobo book. If you are a Lobo fan, you need to have this book. It's just one of those types of books, You know, it is the main man. I personally love the main man. He's kind of like DC's answer to Deadpool in a way, but he came first, like most characters. So yeah, he's definitely an anti-hero. Some people don't even call him a hero because he really isn't.
He's like a international inner space bounty hunter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter. He just doesn't care. He's no hero, but he keeps getting referred to as one. But he ain't no hero. He's more of a villain than a hero.
Right.
Yeah. So we got that book in the list, and then there was this one.
Yeah.
So this is the Spawn
500.
Universal Sampler. Now, what happened with this book is, I believe it was either Wednesday or Thursday. It was one of those 2 days. I know Durst will probably know for sure. Todd McFarlane went online to state that he's unable to attend New York Comic Con because his son was getting married. So his son was getting married on Saturday.
What a
and that was the
loser.
reason why. I know, right? Everybody was upset. So it's like, how dare his son get married during New York Comic Con? But so as a result, he was not unable to attend. But he wanted to say thank you to the fans of Spawn. I love how he said that one. And what he ended up doing is he went online to say that he's going to be giving this sampler to the first 250 people in attendance of the Spawn panel, which was scheduled for 6 p.m. So you had to be there. You have to you have to be in the room, 250, and you will get this limited edition 250 Spawn sampler with the like as he puts it, with the special red ink pen. So this book, everybody went in at by 3 o'clock. Lines were forming for this book. So everybody that was in the attendance for the panel, they managed to learn what was going on, and this book sold online. They started trending online for close to $1,000. It teetered down to about $400 to $500. Yeah, so this was one of the big books of the convention, I'll say. And now you want to talk about big time collectibles. So
Well, no, I'll say, I'm going to do that book right there.
Mhm.
That's a book. I'll wait till next year.
to see where
Actually,
it goes.
I won't buy. I won't buy it at all. But yeah, but I mean, next year that book could probably be $100.
I will say by next year, I don't think this book will be sold much because I think the people that wanted it were Spawn fans.
Yeah, it's much
exactly.
like what a lot of these one per store exclusives that become
Mhm.
they're like super hot for
Mhm.
for a moment, and then next thing you know, everybody's got one who really wants one. Everybody else was just getting one to sell one, and
As you can see, look at Dirt. He lost it.
yeah,
I got to give credit. He's the one that told me about it, and I was like, okay, let me go check it out. And then when I saw the pricing for it, I was like, oh. So Big Time Collectibles, Nelson, Big Time Collectibles. It turns out he is a big Spawn fan, and it's a good story. So I did go up to Nelson. I did tell him. He did come up to me, and he was interested in the book, but he also understood the magnitude of this book. So he told me, hey, and I'm going to say this in confidence. He let me know. He says, hey, look, if it doesn't sell by Sunday, I'm interested in it. So I said, okay, no problem. So with that said, he does have the original art of the page, and I did manage to sell the book. I'll say that much. We'll leave the price secret for now. I did sell the book, and I did make a nice eBay sell on it. Yes, comics, I did. But what was great to hear is that someone gave him the book. So a friend of his who happened to obtain a copy was able to give him a book. And you know what? That's a great story, especially because if you ever met Nelson from Big Time Collectibles, he is a great guy. He's not one of those types of vendors that it's trying to do things. In fact, they're talking about foils. He's selling a foil right now for $7.99, which I was shocked at, which is a Batman foil. But that's the story behind that, and it's nice to hear that a good guy was able to get the copy. He also has the original art for this cover. So congratulations to Big Time Collectibles, Nelson. Good guy, man. I love him. Here's another one of those books. What's your take on this whole Dazzler craze and this Taylor Swift? I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this.
So I am not I have nothing against Taylor Swift. Obviously, she's not in my rotation.
You can't say you do. In fact,
she's not on my playlist, but I don't have anything against her. And if she's gonna, and here's what my take: if the rumors of her are gonna make this book spike, all I will say, hold on, God damn it! I guess someone's got to answer the door. Sorry,
right? It's the Taylor Swift fans. So as we wait for Rob to come back, this book here, and I'm gonna just open it up in a new link. This book here is now trending at a graded copy of $110, right? $110 graded copy is really not that much. So you could probably obtain a really inexpensive raw version of this book. And I don't know what Rob's going to say, but I'm going to tell you this much. If you grab this book, if you see this book at a very low price, I say take it. Rob may not come back. The Swifties might have taken him. But I say my honest opinion is, and again, it's your choice. You make your decision, right? Considering it was at one time it was a dollar bin book. I guarantee you, Trev, is no longer a dollar bin book. But then again, a lot of these books that we know about that have a lot of they were dollar bin books. So the Batman Adventures, Deadpool #1, all those books at one time were dollar bin books, and that is why they're demanding so much money today, is because they were dollar bin books. So what you were saying, Rob?
I say so. I have this book. I have the error variant, right? The print error variant. And it's a CGC, I think 9.6. Matter of fact, it is going to be one of the books I have pulled out that is going to be in the Only Slabs bin books that somebody could get for $50. So, this is a book that's going for way more than that right now.
Yeah, right now it's going for like 100 and it says 115 right now. So.
Yeah, and it will continue to trend up some until the rumors are either squashed or until the movie's about to be released or whatever. So, hey, you know what? Power to Dazzler getting a little bit of love, even if it's all weird hype. But
it is weird hype. But as I was talking to a lot of people, I think if the rumors turn out to be true, and I think they're starting to really become that, if the rumors turn out to be true, I think the people that are going to be going crazy for this book are not collectors.
No, it's going to be the Swifties, the fans.
It's going to be the Swifties. And those are the people that are going to pay top dollar for this book, for these books.
They pay $300, $400 to see her play or go whatever it costs to go see her in the movie theater. So, yeah, no doubt. It's that's what I'm saying. Great. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, let me pull this book out. I'm not flipping it for myself, but I'll use it. I'll use the timing right to help raise some money for Comic Screen Cancer with it. Yeah,
the momentum's there. It's absolutely there. So, again, if you see it, it's still relatively cheap. This one is relatively cheap as opposed to X-Men 130. 130 has more. Yeah, the first appearance has more.
This book, of course, being the first solo series, but it's also there's the print variant that was recalled, and then there's also with this book, this is the first Marvel direct release book.
Yeah, it really is. I forgot to mention that part too. Yeah,
it's on the notes on the CGC label. It
really is the first. So it does have some, besides it being a first solo run, it does have that historic thing. Yeah. We talked about Lober earlier. Here's the main man's first appearance. This book
book that's stupid cheap. If you're look, in a 9.8, it's not stupid cheap. It's not stupid expensive either at $400. But if you want, like I said, if you want to take a step down to a 9.6 or 9.4, I mean, there's a lot of really affordable books on it.
Yeah, and Lobo, the first appearance of Lobo and Omega Men, it is one of those books that, you would think it would be worth more.
Right.
You would honestly think that, but it's just that, again, Lobo's just one of those characters. He has some highs and lows. In the 90s, he had a high. When those Lobo books were coming out for Simon Bisley, he had a high. This is one of those books. Again, if the rumors are true with Jason Momoa, the same rules apply. Then Dazzler, maybe not the same as Dazzler. I think the Dazzler books are going to be worth
Nowhere.
way much more.
Yeah.
But
the people who are really into the Jason Momoa aren't going to go buy this book. Like the same way that the Swifties are going to buy the
exactly. But it will cause a spike when the rumor becomes reality. So, you know, I do have a copy of this myself, but you know, again, Keith Geffen passed away, so it also has been able to gain momentum because of that as well. But I love Lobo. I think he's one of the funniest characters in Marvel comic in Marvel. I'm saying Marvel, DC comic. Yeah, I said Marvel. Everybody will be like, yeah. So I'm definitely a Lobo fan. Here's a book that came out last week. It was a 1 in 10 variant. I don't know if you had a chance to see this book, but it's American Psycho.
I didn't even know this came out. I actually came across this on a message board today. That on one of these message boards I'm on, and I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it is a 1 in 10 variant. So there should be plenty of copies. But then again, it's plenty of copies of an indie book.
Right.
Of American Psycho. So, and a lot of people were looking for the photograph covers. But when this popped out, everybody went crazy. The Patrick Bateman cover, the business card cover with the blood stain. So this is going to be part of a series of stories, of books. So the first one's going to be the Patrick Bateman, and then moving forward, issue number 2 will be another business card from another character in the story, and then issue 3 will be another business card. So this is the first of what we would call a set of business cards variants. But to me, I think it's genius, because I have not seen this done before. Just saying. And I think it's cool. It's actually really cool. Slabbing War. I like that one. We got Manny, the Hobgoblin, in the house. What's going on, Manny? There's a couple of people that pop it up. I see Comic Caps Collectibles, Influer Boxing.
As you guys that are new didn't know yet, it's hashtag C3 for your chance.
That's right. It's right there. We got 24 entries. It's pretty good. It's awesome. I like this book. I really do. I like the cover. And the number 1 book, it just had to be a Skybound book, and it is Duke number 1.
Is this an ash can, or is this the first?
So this
pre-release is an ash can.
So this is the ash can of the book, and it was given out during the Energon panel, which was on Saturday morning. Right. They gave out a copy of this. I was able to obtain 2 copies, so I have one for myself, and I have one that's already gone. But it is getting some. Again, it's one of those things. There's this hype. The Energon universe has the hype train. The other cover that's equally as popular, which is not in its top 10, is the Cobra Commander cover, which was also an eBay cover. So, which is really nice. So if I could find it if I wanted to. But they're matching covers. It has the same background scheme, but one is with Cobra, the other one's with Duke. It's really good, man. What we were hearing in the panel is really good, because in one of the Transformers books, we will see Duke. Duke will show up in Transformers, and that's gonna kick off the Energon universe. So that's gonna be fun. So I take it that book's gonna be pretty hot too. So those are your trending books. As you can see here, this one's already trending at $100 raw. This book here, Duke. But you want to look for the Cobra one. The Cobra one is beautiful. It is a gorgeous book. In fact, I should be able to find it right in this stack.
It looks the same. It's got a Cobra Commander on it.
Exactly. It looks the same.
Was he wearing the hood or the shiny face mask one?
He's wearing the shiny face mask.
All
right. It's in this list of books that were released.
Everybody can take the Duke book, replace Duke with Cobra Commander, and there you go. People got it, no problem.
And you see everything you see this list here. Most of these books are New York Comic Con exclusive. That's how much there were. There's too much. The Department of Truth was a big book. There was what they call a bootleg ash can that came out. That was a big book, and it was printed. It was printed from one of the local printers. They decided to go to a local printer and just make like 25 copies of each for each day. So that's already going for like 138. The Gary Frank Geiger was also a big book. Then there was also the Berserker book. That was a big deal. I know DJ Lynx was showing it a little bit as well. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's in this stash here. I saw it earlier. Then there was this Scarlet Witch that was an Avengers that they were giving it out in one of the panels. A lot of people. Oh yes, and of course, Rob Liefeld's infamous, his infamous book that he decided to homage himself, which was the Captain America #1. And there it is. I was present to see him do the chisel in front of DJ Lynx. So DJ Lynx was there and I was there, and they were talking about it. So that was something that was a big deal. The X-Men, the giant size X-Men was also pretty popular, that foil. This was one that I picked up that I thought was gorgeous, which is the Nathan Searcy Unknown Comic. This is just a beautiful image. That's beautiful. I love it. This wedding gown, and then you have the X-Men in the stained glass window. I thought that was a nice little tick. There's a foil version,
right?
Was that? This is Iron Man, yeah. This is I don't
understand. I really just don't understand this stuff, man. It was like, oh, we're gonna do an Iron Man book, but let's put it all nothing but X-Men stuff on here.
Well, they're in the book. I'll give it that much. That's the wedding book. So at least they're in the book. I know what you mean.
Unlike Mickey Mouse on Spider-Man, doing homages to other covers other than Spider-Man covers on a Spider-Man book. Yeah. And sometimes even putting different trade dress up there. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Anyway, we're at 7:30 right now. And again, we are going to be doing it. We'll do our giveaway. Let's go ahead and put that in the stage. Make sure you put in C3. All right. Make sure you get that C3 in there. We got 27 entries. In case you want to know what's going to be given away today, I'm going to be giving
away, Rob. Yeah, but can she wear white? I mean, should she be wearing white?
Exactly.
Should she be wearing white? I don't.
Yeah, she shouldn't be wearing white, but she's the White Queen, so I guess that's acceptable.
I don't think it matters anymore.
Exactly. This is going to be our giveaway for today. 8 Billion Genies, The Wish World, New York Comic Con exclusive. That's going to be going today. Also, our friends over at Overstreet gave us Pro Pods 3. So you got some headsets with the Overstreet logo. So they gave us that too for today's giveaway. So not only would you get to get 8 Billion Genies, you get to listen to music while you're at it, or you could watch and listen with your headsets Comics Curing Cancer event this weekend. So, hey, why not? Don't tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. It's your choice, right? Right? And we got Beckerman. What did Beckerman says? Wanted their G.I. Joes and books. Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to see where G.I. Joe's going to be at the end. That's my curiosity. Where will this all end?
I hear people excited about them, but to be honest, the real excitement's over the Transformers and less about the G.I. Joe, which is interesting.
G.I. Joe is great. There's a fan base for G.I. Joe too.
I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying that both have hype, but I'm hearing a lot more hype and interest over the Transformers side of it than the G.I. Joe side. That's all I'm saying.
I think part of it has to do with Daniel Warren Johnson.
Maybe
I think there's a little bit of him too. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
Even though they did say the Cobra book is going to be a horror story, which might hype some people up. That was mentioned at the convention. So 31 people. Yeah. Did the numbers go up? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't checked the look. So Nate's asking me that the numbers go up. Anyway, before we do that, let's do our giveaway. All right, there's our giveaway. We got 30 people watching right now. We got 30 entries. Let's see who wins. Should we give them another second to do it? Or we think we're good to go, right? What do you think?
I think we've done it. If they haven't gotten C3 in yet, especially right
Mhm.
now while we're talking about it and taking this
Yep.
extra couple moments here, if they haven't hit hashtag the letter C and the number 3 yet,
It's not that hard
then
either.
right. It's not like we hit spell out comics curing cancer. It's just hashtag C3. See how I've stalled for extra time to allow people to get that in there. So now
Yep.
they have no argument if they didn't get it in whatsoever, even if they typoed it wrong or
Mhm.
something else yet. At one point, is he just going to spin it because I'm just stalling at this point for you guys? But you never know when it could happen. It could be now,
Mhm.
or it could be now, or it could be now.
Or it could be now. And we got 32 entries in there. So
We got
I
picked up one more just by me stalling a little bit.
yeah, there we
Well,
go. And again, it's that 8 Billy Genies and the headsets. I don't know which everybody wants more, the headsets or the 8 Billy Genies. I personally think the 8 Billy Genies is probably better because it's signed. It's double signed.
or they just want you to have to ship something out.
Yeah, and I gotta ship this box. It's usually I could just put it in a Gemini, right? All right. So look at that. We got a new member in the house. Look at that. Welcome, Comic Viking. I know why Comic Viking's in the house. He did mention the book here. Is he not picking up?
I know I'm as subtle as a freaking Mack truck, but
We got to get that extra one. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's see who wins this baby.
round and round she goes, and where she'll stop, nobody knows.
And our winner is Southern
SDG.
Comedy. Yeah, congratulations. I don't think I have your information. So Southern Comedy, please do me a favor, hit me up on IG and Insta, or what we people call the Instagrams. Send me a DM.
Getting his DMs.
Yeah, get my DMs up and run. Send me some information, and I'll make sure this stuff gets to you as soon as possible. We got a couple of things going, but it's been a blast, Robert. So one more time, what's happening this week before we go?
The weekend, and everybody's working for the weekend. So that way they can spend their money at Comics Curing Cancer, benefiting the American Cancer Society. All proceeds over the weekend going to the American Cancer Society. Again, this fundraiser event is an event that you're not putting money into some GoFundMe or something and hoping that the money goes where we say it's going to go. And that's not a knock at anybody who's doing those things. I'm just saying that I know a lot of people out there who want to do good and are sometimes skeptical about certain things. I'm just simply saying is that, hey, for us, everything's goes directly through the American Cancer Society site. So it's going where it's going. This is a big event for you guys, for us. The community makes this happen. Because it's not just you guys provide a lot of the stuff that goes into this. You guys help us to echo this out. You guys are the ones who help bid up these items and everything else. So thank you to all of you who've done for everything everyone's done so far leading up to this. And thank you for what you're going to do. And a big special thanks, of course, to DJ and Mark, who without them, I would not be able to do this by myself.
Yeah, huge thank yous to all, and especially to you, Rob. I know you're thanking Mark and EJ, man, but you're the spearhead, man. You are the GOAT when it
I'm a
comes to this
figurehead. It's not
you,
but
the GOAT, man. You are the C3 GOAT. It is. We thank you for doing it. Also, keep in mind that I will have my sketchy show is going to happen as well.
Yeah, the reality is this should be important to everybody. I mean, I don't really know anybody. I haven't had one person come up to me and say, "No, you know what? This is stupid because cancer doesn't affect me." I mean, everybody's been affected somehow, directly or not, and it's really. I think everybody can really understand it's one of those causes that people will agree with. That combating cancer, whether it's through the money that the ACS sends to cancer research, or whether it's through the patient outreach and what the ACS does for the supporting the patients and the families who are going through these fights and these battles that are are just leave people devastated. I mean, it's a great freaking cause, and I say it and I say it again. Cancer is the supervillain, but together we can make a difference. And I don't know if I don't think I can, but I'm going to put. While you're doing whatever you're doing, I'm going to put the link tree in the private chat, and you can post that so everybody can bookmark that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that has everything that you need from our Instagram page, so you can see what's going on, to the donation portal, to the merch portal, to whatever.
Yeah. There it is. So let me copy that for you guys. And
Yeah. So take this link tree, click on it, bookmark it, because it also has the link to every show over the course of the event. And so you can go to those different shows and you can go ahead and hit those notification bells right now to remind yourself of those shows that are going on, and be a part of this. And like I said, and even if you say, you know, I really wish I could do something because I don't have it, but I don't have the money because everybody's got different situations. I really do mean it when I say that be our echo. Follow us on Instagram at Comics Curing Cancer and be an echo. Every time we post something, especially during this event weekend, repost it, share that out, put it on your story, all these different things.
yeah,
Because the algorithm is our enemy, is our other enemy other than cancer here. The algorithm only puts the message out to a percentage of the people that you have as a base until a certain percentage of those people like it, and then it sends it out to some more and stuff. So the best way for us to fight the algorithm is by having not only everybody like our stuff, you know, but also then echo it out, so that way your algorithm get some more people and they get some more people. And so that's how we fight the algorithm and get this message out more and more.
Share
and like.
Share, like, leave a comment, because they like comments. And and we're not talking about the chat. We're talking about comments, the videos themselves. If you put a comment in, they look at it as, well, this person took an opportunity to write something. So that means
I'm talking about Instagram, but still, yeah.
And we got Norrin Radd just showed up. Hey, Norrin Radd should be part of the Sketchy Show. I believe he will be popping up for the Sketchy Show. Rob, it's been a blast. Thank you for coming by.
Don't forget to hit up Izzy, guys, if you're interested in potentially being a part of the Sketchy Show on Friday. You want to come on and draw something for, even if you don't draw, I will. Don't worry. I mean, last year I drew, for God's sakes, and I don't draw.
And someone bought something from him.
I know. It wasn't a lot, but hey, it went to Comics Curing Cancer, so I was happy to do it. So hit Izzy up. If you want to be doing the daytime. I don't know whether CJ has spots over in the overnight, but I'm sure he does, because he's on for so darn long. So reach out to him too if you want to be an insomniac. He'll either tell you, no, sorry, I'm full, or he'll say, yeah, come on.
Yeah, so we'll be doing all that. It's gonna be, like I said, it may be a weekend event, but it started already. We have begun the pre-show. These are the pre-show warmers. So again, we are going to be doing a giveaway during the Sketchy Show of this book. This is a remark by Ben Harvey. Look at that Jubilee, guys. And who knows, I might get it myself. So I might fight for this book because I love Jubilee. Where can they find you, Rob? There you go. Rob's Fat Stacks right there. And you guys know where to find
IG and YouTube at robs.fatstacks.
You got to watch this stuff, man. Oni Slabs, Monday Mail Call, and whatever pops in there, right?
Yeah, it was Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday and Thursday pre-recorded videos. Monday's always Mail Call. Thursday is either a mystery box. This week I think it's going to be a CGC unboxing, because I got a lot of CGC stuff here and I need to clear boxes out of my way. And then Saturday will be Only Slabs. This week we have Gene from Shortboxed.
That should be fun. All right.
Yeah.
Until next, guys. Look, I can't even say it, Rob. Until next time, have a good time, and Excelsior.